Step into the unknown with the shadow frequency and your host, Matt Wilson, as he takes you where the shadows hum.
Welcome, listeners, to episode 139 of The Shadow Frequency, where we dive into the eerie and unexplained. I'm Juniper, your producer, and tonight we're stepping back in Watseka, Illinois, for a chilling tale known as the Watseka Wonder. It's a story of a young girl, Mary Lurancy Vennum, whose body became a vessel for a spirit from beyond. A tale so strange it captivated an entire town and still haunts us today. Matt, this one's got that creepy vibe you love. Ready to spook our listeners?
Oh, Juniper, you know I'm all in for a good possession story. This one's got everything. Trances, spirits, and a girl who seemed to live someone else's life. I can't wait to unravel it.
It's going to send shivers down everyone's spine. So grab your headphones, dim the lights, and let's hand it over to Matt to guide us into the shadowy world of the Watseka Wonder.
Welcome to the Shadow Frequency, where the veil between our world and the next grows thin. Tonight we're diving into one of the most haunting and well-documented cases of spiritual possession in American history, the Watseka Wonder. Picture a small farming town in Illinois, 1877. The air is thick with the hum of summer, and in a modest home, 13-year-old Mary Lurancy Vennum is about to become the center of a paranormal storm. It all began in July of 1877, when Lurancy told her mother she couldn't sleep. Voices called her name in the dead of night, desperate disembodied whispers that left her trembling. She'd search her room, heart pounding, but no one was there. Soon these disturbances escalated. Lurancy began suffering violent seizures, her body twisting unnaturally, sometimes bending so far her feet touched her head. She'd collapse into trances, some lasting hours, others stretching for days. In these states, she spoke of heaven, of angels, and of spirits, including her deceased siblings, whom she described with vivid detail despite being only 3 when they passed. As weeks turned to months, her episodes grew more intense. Lurancy's voice would change, taking on the tones of strangers. One moment, she was Katrina Hogan, a 63-year-old German woman. The next, she was Willie Canning, a young man who'd recently taken his own life in Watseka. Her family watched in horror as their daughter seemed to slip away, replaced by these otherworldly personas. The town buzzed with whispers. Some called it madness. Others saw it as something supernatural.
I know things no one knows.
By January 1878, doctors had given up. They declared Lurancy insane, urging her parents to send her to an asylum. But then a man named Mary Roff stepped in. Asa was a local spiritualist, and his own daughter, Mary Roff, had suffered similar trances before her tragic death at 19 in 1865. Asa believed Lurancy was a medium, her body a conduit for spirits. He convinced the Vennums to let Dr. E. Winchester Stevens, a renowned spiritualist, examine her. When Stevens arrived, he found Lurancy hunched in a chair, her eyes wild, calling her parents Old Black Dick and Old Granny. Under his guidance, she entered a trance and spoke as Mary Roff, Asa's long-dead daughter. Mary's spirit claimed Lurancy was ill and needed time in heaven to heal, while she, Mary, would inhabit Lurancy's body to spend time with her family. What happened next stunned everyone. Lurancy, now acting as Mary, moved into the Roff household. She recognized Mary's old friends, recalled intimate family secrets, and even knew details of Mary's life that Lurancy couldn't possibly have known. For 15 weeks, she was Mary Roff, living as if the dead girl had returned to life. The Roffs were overjoyed, believing their daughter had come back. Neighbors and spiritualists flocked to witness this miracle, and Dr. Stevens documented every detail, later publishing his account in the Watseka Wonder. This wasn't just a possession, it was a spirit's second chance at life, a bridge between worlds that left an entire town in awe. So Juniper, what do you think? Is Lurancy's story proof that spirits can cross over and take hold?
Matt, this is wild. I mean, a girl becoming someone else entirely, knowing things she shouldn't. It's like the spirit world just walked right into Watseka. I'm hooked. Can't wait to hear what happens next.
Oh, it gets even stranger. Let's take a quick break and then we'll dive back into the Watseka Wonder. Juniper, take it away.
Wow, listeners, can you believe the Watseka Wonder? It's like something out of a gothic novel, but it really happened. What do you think? Did Mary Roff's spirit truly take over Lurancy's body? We're about to find out what happened when the possession ended, and trust me, it's just as eerie. If you're loving the Shadow Frequency, please like and subscribe on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and all the major podcast directories. Visit our website at shadowfrequencypodcast.com where you can listen to all of our episodes, check out our Shadow blog, grab some cool swag, leave us a voicemail telling us where you're listening from. And if you want to support us, you can buy us a coffee on the site to keep the spooky vibes going. Now let's dive into the mailbag while I reach over here and hit the button.
It's time for the Shadow Frequency mailbag.
All right, we got a message here from Juan in Arizona. He writes, I like the episode on the Chupacabra. My relatives in Mexico swear by them. Well, keep those messages coming, folks. Drop us a line at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. All right, Matt, back to the Watseka Wonder. What's next?
Welcome back to the Shadow Frequency. We left off with Lurancy Vennum possessed by the spirit of Mary Roff, living with the Roff family in Watseka, Illinois in 1878. For 15 weeks, Lurancy became Mary, displaying an uncanny knowledge of Mary's life, down to childhood stories and personal belongings. The Roffs, heartbroken since Mary's death, embraced her as their daughter returned. Dr. Stevens, the spiritualist guiding the case, called it the most remarkable case of spirit return ever recorded. On May 21, 1878, the possession reached its climax. Lurancy, as Mary, tearfully bid farewell to the Roff family, saying she had to return to heaven. She fell into a trance, and when she awoke, she was Lurancy again, healthy, happy, and free of the seizures and voices that had plagued her. The Roffs believed Mary's spirit had healed her, a final act of love from beyond. Lurancy went on to marry George Benning, moved to Kansas, and had 11 children, living a normal life until her death in 1952. Occasionally, she'd visit the Roffs for séances where Mary's spirit would briefly return, even aiding Lurancy through painless childbirths. The case drew national attention. Newspapers debated whether it was a miracle or madness. Spiritualists saw it as proof of life after death, and Dr. Stevens' accounts in the Religio-Philosophical Journal cemented its place in history. Witnesses, including the Roffs and townsfolk, swore by what they saw. Lurancy's transformation was undeniable. But not everyone was convinced. Psychologist Frank Sargent Hoffman later argued it was a case of hysterical impersonation. He suggested Lurancy, being highly suggestible, might have absorbed stories about Mary Roff from the community or the Roffs themselves, who desperately wanted their daughter back. Her knowledge, he claimed, could have come from normal means, not supernatural ones. Still, the details Lurancy knew, private family moments, objects in the Roff home, stumped skeptics to this day. How could a 13-year-old know so much about a girl who died before she was born? The Watseka Wonder remains a chilling mystery, a glimpse into the world where the dead might walk among us. Was it a true possession or a psychological puzzle? The truth lies just beyond the veil. Juniper, this case always leaves me wondering. What do you make of it?
Matt, it's so creepy how Lurancy just became Mary.
Yeah.
Those details she knew, that's hard to explain away.
Right.
I'm leaning towards something supernatural going on here. What's next?
That's it for the Watseka Wonder, folks. Juniper, let's wrap this up.
What a haunting journey through the Watseka Wonder on episode 139 of The Shadow Frequency. From Lurancy's eerie trances to Mary Roff's spirit taking over, this case leaves us questioning the boundaries between life and death. Did a spirit cross over, or was it all in the mind? Let us know your thoughts at shadowfrequencypodcast.com, where you can find all our episodes, our shadow blog, and some awesome swag in our store. You can also leave us a voicemail, tell us where you're listening from, and we might feature you next time. Thank you for joining us in the shadows. Matt, say goodbye.
Stay spooky, everyone.
Until next time, keep tuning into the shadow frequency. Good night, shadow seekers.
Night.
This episode was produced with a commitment to exploring the unexplained while grounding our discussion in documented discoveries. All interpretations are speculative and intended for entertainment purposes.